Hey everyone, this is Ryan B with Practical Forex Trading. This is your Bitcoin US dollar analysis for January 12th, 2020. If you want to stay up to date with all of our Bitcoin dollar analysis, make sure you click that red subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So what we're looking at here is the weekly Bitcoin dollar chart. And I've got a couple things marked out here. My current sentiment is mixed. Now there are some definite bullish movements happening with Bitcoin. However, just like a lot of other currencies, we're seeing prices moving into a wedge. So we've got this long uptrend, right? It's been going on for a couple of years. However, we've got lower highs that have been happening. So price is forming into this wedge. Last week's bullish candle was very encouraging. That's a really strong bullish candle, which crossed over the 50-week moving average, also crossed over the 200, and is now approaching the fast. What we need to be cautious about is the fact that this was a very big bullish week. We really had to see Bitcoin prove a few things first. So let's go ahead and put additional support and resistance. We've got our first resistance right about this 9100 mark. And because when it comes to trend theory, right, the lower highs, you'll see is you see these rallies which almost get as high as the last one, but not quite, and then they crash back down. So what we could see is that price stays in this range, right, a range trade between 7,300 and 91. This could continue and then eventually pop out the bottom, falling back down, or it could continue, pop out the top above 9,100. And then let's go ahead and plot our other resistance zones. We've also got resistance right around this 12,000 mark, where price will push through it, but then closes below it. We really want to pay attention to where our candlesticks close. The closing body is what matters. So we've got this price wedge happening, 7,000 supportish, 9,100 resistance. And let's go ahead and focus on our daily. Okay. So, if you look at the daily chart, here's a good example, right? If I was trading a smaller time frame, let's say an hourly, this to me, right, is a pretty it's a pretty obvious downtrend. Price keeps moving down this descending triangle, and until it proves that I can actually close above it, it's still in the downtrend. Here we see price did something similar back in November, pushed up, but then didn't quite make it, sold off, further declines. However, in the short term, we see prices moving above the fast-moving average. That's a bullish sign. It's also moving above the 200-day moving average. It's also a bullish sign. So I definitely think we're going to see a test of 9,100. However, I'm not sure how much further that'll go. So let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour. Oops, that's a little bit squished. I'm going to use this and pop on a new chart. Okay. So on our 1 hour, here's our short-term trade. This is the recent kickoff to start the year. And in the short term, as long as price is staying above this 8,000 mark, we've got a short-term bull run. See the ascending uptrend? And we've got short-term support right here about the 7,900 mark. So if you were going to buy and you were bullish, you would buy and place your stops below 7,900. Oops, error there. Okay. If we see a break below 7,900, then we'll see a return to 7,600 and then back down eventually to our last low. But in the short term, this looks pretty promising. As a buy, just be wary that we've got resistance right about 8,500 from that last recent peak that just happened the other day. And then we've got more longer-term support resistance at that 9100 mark. And this is kind of this is a better way to think about this. Let's go ahead and change up our trend angles. Here we go. I want to make sure that I'm capturing my most recent lowest lows as I build my trend channels. Oops, sorry about that. And then when I mimic it with my parallel trend channel, this is what I get. So it still applies. My stops are still below 7,900. You can give yourself a little bit of room and bring it down to 7,800 just in case price kind of pushes down. But that's what's going on with Bitcoin. So a lot of exciting price action coming up for all of our major currency pairs as price seems to be stuck in wedges across the board, which means ultimately we'll see breakout, which is always exciting. All right, have a great day. Make sure you tune in every week. Happy trading.